Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is so good to see you again, and if you're new here, my name is Katarina and I'm your English teacher from Canada. Today I have something a little bit different for you guys. Today I am sharing a tip that will help to improve your English speaking confidence. This general advice can be applied to many other situations in your life, so I think you will enjoy what I'm going to share today. English speaking confidence and having trouble with your confidence is a very common complaint that I hear from my students. And this lack of confidence prevents them from participating in spontaneous small talk with people around the city, at work with their colleagues or with friends. So I hope you will enjoy this video and I hope it will help to improve your English speaking confidence. All right, guys, let's get started. My English tip to improve your speaking confidence is based on the learning zones theory. The original theory is based on the work of psychologist Lev Vygotsky. He had something called the zones of proximal development. And so this learning zone theory explains that we have 3 zones that we learn from, that we live from, starting with our comfort zone, moving to our learning zone, and finally getting to our panic zone. So I'm going to explain this theory and how it can be applied to improve your English speaking confidence. First of all, let's think about our comfort zone. We all have a comfort zone. It's where we know what is expected of us. We feel comfortable here. We know exactly what to do. And spending some time in our comfort zone is important to think and to reflect. But being in the comfort zone for too long can have problems too, right? You're not going to be challenging yourself or learning anything new. And this is where we move on into our learning zone. Sometimes it's called the growth zone or the stretch zone. So if you can imagine yourself stretching or growing, you are learning something new. Here you experience a little bit of pressure. You might feel a little bit nervous, but it is manageable for you. And if you keep showing up and keep working on this, eventually what was in your learning zone will move to your comfort zone and you will feel very good about it. It will just feel like second nature. You will do it without thinking about it. But be careful not to put yourself into your panic zone or your danger zone. This is where the expectation is too high for what is reasonable for you. And remember, guys, nobody knows you better than you know yourself. So if you have to do something that you know is going to put you into your panic zone, you need to take a step back and reevaluate. So let's use an example. Let's talk about this with an example from real life. Imagine you moved to an English-speaking country. You are so excited about all of the opportunities that are ahead of you, but your panic zone is making spontaneous small talk with native speakers. Sometimes this happens in the lunchroom at work. Sometimes on the street, someone asks you for help or for directions. You start to panic. Your hands get hot and sweaty. You can feel your heart starts beating. This is your panic zone. Recognize it, honor it, and put yourself into your optimal learning zone to work towards overcoming that fear. So what could that look like? You could try online classes with a teacher. I teach English online. I experience this with my students all the time. This is a very, very common concern. Put yourself out of your comfort zone. Try lessons. You can do some research about what kind of small group classes are available in your city. There might be an English language school. There might be free classes or sort of like conversation circles held at the library, right? So there might be opportunities at the local community center. do some research to see what is available. Start practicing in a safe environment. Sometimes even the classroom setting can cause panic zone for some people. Take a step back. There are amazing technologies available these days where you can practice conversation with AI, artificial intelligence. There are apps for this. If you need any recommendations, let me know in the comments. But you can actually practice simulated conversation with AI. Do this for a week or two and build up your confidence to try an actual class. And I promise the more you overcome your fear, the more confident you will get. I'm sure you know this, but the more we avoid our fear is going to get bigger and grow. Every time you tackle it and take a step forward, you will see, oh, hey, that wasn't so bad after all. I can do this. Use positive statements. Tell them to yourself, these positive reinforcements that will help to build your confidence. And remember, guys, if you do this enough, what is in your learning zone will move to your comfort zone. It will start to feel like second nature, and you will be able to do more and more comfortably and confidently. I want to share an example from my life of how I've used this theory. It was many years ago, but going to the gym used to be my panic zone. I don't know what it is, but just working out in front of other people in a room was the absolute panic zone for me. And I remember it was causing issues for me because exercise is important, and I am definitely motivated externally. If I have a class to go to, I am much more likely to exercise than just to do it by myself. So I had to come up with a strategy to try and do something that was in my optimal learning zone, and that is actually how I've discovered yoga. So trying out a new class and going to a yoga class, I realized, this isn't so bad. I like this class. It's a lot more peaceful. There is less focus on me, or at least it felt like it, right? It's all about our own perception. I could be in the back corner of the class. Nobody's even looking at me. Everyone is doing their own thing, and I don't have to feel this panic. After doing yoga classes now for actually quite a few years, it has moved from my learning zone to my comfort zone. It is just simply part of my identity now. I love yoga. It's just what I do. I go on yoga retreats. I try to go every year, and it's just become a part of my comfort zone. Guys, so this is where I'm going to wrap up today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. It was something a little bit different. If you enjoyed this video where I'm sharing an English tip, please let me know in the comments, and I will be so happy to make more videos like this one for you. Take care, have a beautiful day, and see you next Friday. Bye!